I got him before she hit the corner. Damn. I had to get him before.
Salaki, it went live.
God.
Adam Malcolm. Adam Malcolm.
I saw her 5 blocks away. And I zoomed in.
Salaki.
We good? You hit the button, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, we live.
You trying to send us off, brother?
Salaki.
We live.
All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to double honors to our elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word, truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, reporting live from the belly of the beast. Another week with some more of it. Who got it?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
I want to talk about a couple things. First one being that all of a sudden, B.B. Milikowski, also known as Dead Yahoo, is using the Bible to justify their actions on this genocide that they're committing against the Palestinians, against the Ishmaelites. All right, mainly Ishmael. Right, and it's like they've ignored the Bible, ignored the prophecies, and now all of a sudden they want to use the Bible to justify their war, but they didn't say nothing about pig skin. You know, the kosher pork. You know, they got I guess they got kosher lobster and shrimp too. I'm assuming. All right, because I guess it's a special prayer. You know, or some very unrhythmic, fucked up dance that the rabbis do. Because you know if they dance, it's going to look really bad. All right? Unclean ass dance.
Doing that dumb ass shit, man.
You know? But nevertheless, they've been ignoring the Bible, ignoring the prophecies. And now all of a sudden, they want to justify the, using the Bible to destroy Ishmael. And then they have the nerve to talk about Amalek. Why would Amalek talk about Amalek? As if they not Amalek. It's almost comical.
Spider-Man.
Right, exactly. Wasn't it like 3 Spider-Mans?
Yeah,
all I'm
all
saying.
pointing at each other.
Right. You're a Spider-Man. No, you're all Spider-Man. All right?
That's a primary tactic of a fugitive and a vagabond. Like they show you in Mission Impossible, you have espionage. What happens is you want to infiltrate and be like another person. That way you can hide your true identity. That's why Esau was trying to be like other nations, man, because of the simple fact he's trying to hide his true identity. So if you're a fugitive and a vagabond, it's easy to lose your identity when somebody else and you wear it yourself. That's why David got the Jew basically specified that Jerry Amalek is not the Jew. Just to make that point.
It's protection.
Yeah.
You know how when a woman is stepping out on her man, she starts accusing him of stepping out on her.
Yep.
Right? And I'm using a woman because a man can't step out on this woman. A man has a right to build another woman.
Read.
Biblically, according to the law of God, according to to the laws of the Bible, on earth as it is in heaven. Right? And thou shalt get another wife.
Read.
Right? Okay, so the man can't step out on her. What a man can do is commit adultery by lying with a woman who already belongs to another man, and then he can be put to death for that. But as far as a man, if he got a wife and he decides that he want to bed another woman, in the eyes of the Lord, he has done no wrong. All right, unless it's under the circumstances that I just said. All right, she's a woman that belongs to another man. I got something. Bring it out, brother.
This is Psalms 50 and 16. It says, "But woe unto the wicked. The Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? It says, seeing thou hatest instruction, and cast my words behind thee." And that's what the elder was just going into. These are the most wicked people, these Amalekites. Now all of a sudden you want to grab the scriptures to try to justify your wickedness. The Lord is not dealing with you. You thought he was as one as you, but he has never been. Y'all pretenders, perpetrators. You don't belong in the land. You're not the people, and everybody knows it. So for you to try to use the scriptures now to justify the atrocities, it's not going to work. That you played that card as many times you could play. Nobody's ignorant of your strategies. You're not going to win.
Yeah, what was that saying that they used in like the early 2000s? Posers.
Yeah.
They call you a poser. The people in the land of Israel, you know, the small hats, you know, big nose nation, they're posers. All right.
I got a quick one. This Zechariah chapter 9 verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. All right, Ashdod is located where? In Israel, man. Y'all don't belong there, man. Like the elder said, man, y'all imposters, man. Y'all want to be everybody else but who you are, man. And you niggas want to be oh damn. Okay.
Good, bro.
Anyway.
He gone.
Yeah, but hey, man, y'all Edomites, man, y'all want to be everybody else but yourself, man. All right, and that same thing with niggas too, man.
Oh man, and shot there. Man, Lord, did our holy spy go over to Europe and just fuck them up, brother? When you see the evidence of the imagery that he brought back, I cannot wait to do these videos, man. Man, he brought back. He went to the Montserrat. That video I did years. He went to the Montserrat. Brother brought back images, nothing but Jake statues. That's all over. There's no denying, all right, that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the Southern Kingdom, what you call Negroes, ruled all of Eastern Asia, Western Asia, all right, the portion that you call Europe, all right. They ruled all of that for that 1,000-year period from the time of the fall of Rome, all right. And that Denzel movie that's coming out is just more. And you got people all angry. Yeah, but they ain't mad at the truth. They mad at the truth. You know, just a side lesson within lessons. I started watching the movie, the series Preacher. When it came out, I didn't want to watch it. But it kept popping up. Some of my spirits said, go ahead and give it a chance. And there's been a lot of little hit jewels here and there. You know, some fucked up shit they did to Gab, so I did a little lesson on that. Now they did a lesson, but the Most High came down to the church because they got on the phone and called. He showed up, some angels brought down the phone from heaven. Some blasphemous bullshit. And so when he shows up, he's everything that the Bible says about him, except for his pale flesh. Then he yells at him, you know why my children call me? And when I got questions, he said, how dare you question me? I am! You know, and he's got the big woolly hair, and you know, big white woolly hair, but he's a white guy. When they're dressed him down to it. And who's just going back and forth with him? The nigga woman. We your children. Right. And I'm like, I was going fucking nuts, man. But the fact that they did that, you have to in order to tell the lie, you have to know the truth. So they purposely lied. So even though it was in folly and in entertainment, but because she told the preacher before he came down, it's made, the way everything down here messed up, he gotta be a white guy. And then when after that whole ordeal, she looked at him and said, I told you he was white. And I was like, and it was just so infuriating. But I'm gonna use it to slap Esau in the face because you bring up
Ezekiel 36.
That series Preaching. That's on it's on
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It came out about 2016. It was 4 seasons of it, and I never watched it. Right? But something on the spirit said, you know what? Fuck with this. So I started watching it, and there's been a lot. I've been getting lessons out of it. Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea.
And that's all so-called white people. Because remember again, you know, you got the rabbis that are completely and totally against white Christianity and throwing white Christianity under the bus and saying that they're Esau, that they're Esau, that they're Edom. That's what the rabbis are saying about white Christian Americans. That's what they're saying. All right? Read.
and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
But it was all Idumean and appointed to land, but it's Amalek that's sitting over there. Right? Because the British helped them do it, man. Read.
Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, and cast it out for a prey.
Right, so they casted them out for a prey. And then Amalek, after Edom, the rest of Edom helped them get over there, they now shitting on Edom. Because now the rabbis are, saying that, no, they're Amalek.
Right.
They're Esau. No, but you're the chief house. Because there's no, look, the Jerusalem Post just did an article last week. All right, the Jerusalem Post talking about the 50 most influential JOOs. And it bragged about how they were controlling the banks. It bragged about how they're controlling the financial systems. It bragged about how they're controlling the media. It bragged about how they control the entertainment, Hollywood and radio. Right? But then when someone speaks about that, they get labeled anti-Semitic.
That's funny that you say that because
You found the article? Put it on the camera. So they bragging about it. But then when we talk about it,
Right.
you're anti-Semitic.
50 most influential.
get your video shut down.
Right.
They came on broadcast live saying, well, you can't say we own banks. But wait a minute, man. Weinstein, all those are small hats, man.
Look at that, Secretary of State.
The whole bombing of the World Trade Centers, that was an Amalekite that owned that building.
Exactly. And renewed the insurance policy the day before.
And
The
watch
day before. Same thing just happened in Asheville, North Carolina. And it turns out
Now they
that
wanna fuck around.
with the guy who got the contract for the lithium that's in Asheville, that they're just not helping those people and letting them die. And there's thousands of them, not a couple hundred. There's thousands upon thousands of them.
She said she smelled death. She
All
said
right?
she opened up
They said it's still 163 children missing. That's just the children. People talking about all the bodies that washed up on their lawns, bodies that went in trees. The water was so high, it's just bodies in trees, dead in the motherfucker. All right? It's just like it was in Katrina. People were in the trees because they tried to, the water was so high, they would grab the tree. But then they dead bodies, they get hit with debris and get knocked unconscious and drowned, and they get caught up in the branches. So when the water recedes, they just all in the tree.
Hey.
Exactly, that's what happens. When you in water like that, you getting hit by debris, by boards and rocks and shit that's moving at 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour. You know? You just getting bombarded with shit. Dead cows, horses, dogs, all right? Damn, gators are just swimming around with animals and people in their dogs.
They still there.
You know? Yeah, they talking about the dangers of the water in Florida. Now, because not only do they have pythons now they got giant anacondas too. So you got 3 apex predators. Only one belongs there, which is an alligator. So you got 30-foot pythons, 30-foot anacondas, and 1,500-pound fucking gators. All right, and dead bodies everywhere. What you think that? And that means that the predator's gonna get big as hell.
Right.
So they gonna really get big. Yeah.
It's like all you can eat.
It's like it's a buffet.
Right.
Con, bring that out, brother. Pop the show. The controversy of Zion and First of the Nation.
This is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
The controversy of Zion. That's a controversy about who the Israelites are. Okay? And they know that we're them. And especially with all this evidence the Shakti just brought back. So we know who the line of James and all, because everybody knows that King James is in the line of the prophets, in the line of the Israelites, man. That's why Esau tries to be that, right? So the whole Anglo-Saxon line, they try to say that they're that, and then they try to say that they were also the people, But now the rabbis are turning to the rabbis. No, you're Esau. We're the Anglo-Saxons.
Shows
Right.
a division between Esau because you got small hats and divided with every Edomite. That's divided can't stand.
And they were calling white Christians are going to be their slaves, going to be their servants. And they also say that America is an extension of Rome. This is what the rabbis are saying. We said it first though.
Right.
But the rabbis are saying this, man. And prior to this truth, I never heard rabbis speak against Christianity. I never heard rabbis point out the fact that Christians are Esau, Esav.
I never even heard of Esau.
You know, right? I spent my whole life in them churches, or my early part of my life, man. And I never was learned about Esau or in nothing in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter.
Nothing.
Or the book of Obadiah.
You know, or the book of Obadiah. None of that,
I
man.
never heard of the book of Obadiah until I came into the truth. He's a
Same here.
So, if you brothers ever heard of something called Tomorrow's World by this guy called Gerald Flurry, they had like this podcast that they teach about prophecy. And there was a bunch of Edomites saying that they were actually Israelites. But they had this one book that was titled Obadiah, the most terrifying book in the Bible. Why do y'all think they said that? Because in the spirit they knew that was talking about them.
They know that's talking about them. That's why it's terrifying. Obadiah's not terrifying if you're not an Edomite.
Exactly.
Right? It's only terrifying if you're an Edomite.
Yeah. Right.
All right? Let me finish those two and then bring you out.
Okay.
This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Right. So I just did a lesson on that. Went into that word first, and it means chief. And after this article, it's clear who's the chief nation on earth, man.
Exactly.
That's them. They're Amalek. All right? And they're sitting over in the Holy Land. He just read the scripture how they're appointed into their hands. That prophecy came to pass the last century. All right? In 1948. All right? That they made the plan in 1917, somewhere around that time, give or take. And they implemented it in 1948.
They propagated it. It's like all
Right.
the time and everything. Before even with this guy, what's this guy's name that came up with the concept of Hebrew? What's this guy's name?
Ben Yehudi.
Ben Yehudi, yeah. They even had it in the time of his day that they was going to create some type of political arraignment to incorporate the small hats into the land of Israel. That's why he wanted that whole Hebrew language to be the language of the so-called Jews at that time, because they knew that they was going to portray a political movement to put the wrong.
Which is also why he chose to use the Assyrian script. The house of Judah was never in the Assyrian captivity. They weren't in the Assyrian captivity, and the relics show you from the time, from the Maccabees all the way up to the fall of Jerusalem. They were still using the paleo.
It was on the
They
back
were still,
Yeah, it was on the map. Exactly.
Covering the script, going back into the time of Jeremiah, and they so the Hebrews and Paleo Hebrew wasn't in the Assyrian script. The scholars dig that up.
What that nigga Mark Twain say? When a tangle web we weave when we set out to the sea.
Yeah.
Because when you try to do this madness and you ascribe the Assyrian language, hey, that's a smoking gun.
It's a cutoff. the fact that they use the Assyrian is evidence of their fraud.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly.
The fact that that's what they use is evidence of their fraud. It's against them. If they had, but you know what? They chose the Assyrian because they found too much of this here in America among the Gadites. Then they would have had to explain why they were doing this to Israelites.
Right.
Yeah. Now they made the confusion. All right, by telling lies. And like you said, and they weave this web of lies that have spanned, centuries. And now we're living in a time when it's all, matter of fact, truth be said, it's been exposed last century a long time ago. But when you control the media, when you gain control over the history books, and you get to decide what's put in the history books in Babylon, you get to decide what the Chinese are going to learn about history. You get to decide what black people are going to learn about history, so-called. You get to decide what white people are going to learn about history. And so you talk them all them lies and make them believe that they're every damn thing. That's why they're so proud. And which is why it's so painful for them living in this day and age now. Because they can see, well, they go on the internet and find out a lot of the history lies videos are put up by them. They even know, So, it's just like, man, I never knew this. I just feel so betrayed, Did you know that a black guy invented this? Did you know that a Hispanic guy invented this?
Right.
I fucking never knew that shit, bro.
Right.
That's how they, And so they waking up to that, and it's painful to them. It's shameful spewing upon their glory. God, he still owns something.
God, this is the book of Matthew 12, and I'm going to start at 25, and it says, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself cannot stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Which represents a total division, like the elder was breaking out. And you got small heads basically telling them, I'm an Edomite, that they're actually the nation of Edom. But wait a minute, if they're Edomites, who are you?
Exactly.
It's just straightforward, because when you look at the small hat or the JOO, they're very entitled people, man.
Yeah.
If you look at the threads they talk and all the shit they talk, in the Talmud, they have a thing that's basically stated that Goyim have the right to be off or done away with. But if an Israelite or a small hat, you can't do anything with them. So when you look at these threads and they're talking their bullshit, you can't say anything against these people, man. This is why they have ADL, you know, this is why they have protection groups against to protect them.
APAC, you got all these NGOs, all right? All these NGOs that set policy in a country that's not even there. Over the citizens of the land. And that's why America's so broke and so fucked up now. Because of Israeli NGOs, all right? They basically dictate what's going on within your government, to the point that they've now helped push to put America in the hands of the WF and the WHO and the UN. All right, they did that.
What's the percentage of Congress that's actually small hats? What is like 40-some%, something like that, maybe more. They had a list of all these people in Congress, and about half of them even like small hats.
It's definitely more.
You know, it's probably more than that. Like all your presidents, they got some type of connection with the small hats. Abraham Lincoln, Kennedy, all of them. You know, because those people are put in place. They're not elected, they're selected. You know, that's why I called it the selection, not the election, because these screwed ass people out there, they really believe that they're going down to the vote. It's already been predetermined. They have no type of say-so of what the hell is getting ready to happen. Okay, they give you the whole term democracy, which means people's rule, to make people believe that you have a choice, but you don't. Okay?
Yeah, I had this, the brother spoke on this book, Obadiah, the most terrifying message in the Bible. So I went and searched it on, and it popped up on Amazon, and this is the overview of the book. It says the book of Obadiah is the shortest book in the Old Testament, but it has the single most terrifying message of any book in the Bible. There is a vital reason why God is finally revealing it now. Perhaps this message should be more sobering to the saints than any of God's messages. However, God doesn't end on a negative note. Obadiah also has one of the most inspiring conclusions of any biblical book. And that's interesting, because what's at the end of the book of Obadiah? The house of Joseph shall be aflame, Esau shall be stubble. That's definitely inspiring for the true people of God, man. The true people of Israel, they love that message, because that puts us back on top.
It's beautiful. I sat down with one of my childhood friends, who was also one of my former wives from back in the day. And, you know, there's nothing going on, nothing like that. So we just, you know, we just sat out and actually we have some food. And basically, I was just catching up to speed. You know, she's like, so what's been going on? How you been? Blah, 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 blah. And so, we talking. We know, you gotta remember, we grew up together. So we're talking about people that we know, and this person and that person.
Right.
And then there was a sister named Redmond. I can say her first name, that'll be too much. And she'd been in contact with us, all right? But the point being is that this lady we're talking about, her husband had been telling her a lot of, because she sat there in amazement when I started breaking down the scriptures and who we were. And she just sitting there, all right? And then she told me that Redmond's husband, all right, it's Redmond that got out for sure.
Yeah, Redmond.
But that her husband told her the same thing, right? And then I was like, so how do you feel about it? And she said, this is the best news I've heard. She said, this is exciting. When is this gonna happen? And I often think to myself this, you know, I was overjoyed, because normally, you know, you talk to women or you talk to our people and they love this world. You know, but she was like, this place is fucked up. So if all that's gonna happen, when? She's like, shit, when is please happen? And that's how you should be. All right? I was happy that she received it like that.
On the flip side of what you just said, talking about how most women and most people in general, they on the other side of it. I had seen a post recently. It said the original poster said the Bible is playing out right before our eyes, and y'all making a joke. This girl I know replied to the video and said, God, if you finna come back, give me at least 2 years. I'm trying to get my title in nursing. That's inadmissible.
That going to that precept was that Ezekiel, I think, what is it, like the 12th chapter, but it says that this vision should not be prolonged anymore in Israel, because see what happens is, bro, we've all dealt with it. When you first come into the truth, you try to wake everybody up, because you know we're solely based on prophecy, eschatology. I remember the first time I learned about the truth, I was breaking it down to my people, and I was like, well, look, Yahushua is coming back. I'm like, who the hell is Yahushua? I'm like, that's who you call Christ. They was like, well, you can't be saying that. That's going to be 200 years from now. But wait a minute, man. Why got to be 200 years from now so you can continue with the wickedness?
They wanted to be 200 years from now.
Because they
want to continue in their life. Right. They want to continue doing, especially if they're doing well. Yeah. You know, Jake fucked up. He's like, all right, good. Right. But if Jake is doing well, all right, they spinning out their tires and they hot rod and shit. They got a house to go to, you know. They doing what they got. They got a little bit of money in the bank. You know, they doing better than their immediate circle, so they want to struggle them all the time. You know, they don't want this shit to go. Bring it out.
This is 1 John 2:16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And that's what the elder is describing, the pride of life. You know, when you got the dainties of this world, you're not so quick to, you know, give them up. That's like the spirit of Lot's wife. You know, Lot was rich as fuck. Hey man, it was go time. That shit was ready to get destroyed. The angel said, don't look back. When the destruction came, what did this bitch do? Look back. And now she's a monument of foolishness, man. You know? Job's wife?
Class is still there.
Yeah, right. Shit, Job's wife, Job was rich as hell. What? He lost everything. He lost his children. He lost all his money. He lost his health. She told him, curse the Most High and die. She told him, you speak as one of the foolish women speak, man.
This is Matthew 27, starting at 24. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be upon us and on our children. So that's why they don't want the end to come, because these them same people, they was doing some shady, shiesty madness in their past lives, and they gotta pay for it. That's why they want to let this place last longer, so that they can have some time before their punishment. Just like the brother, the elder Capo was saying, Job walked away from his, Lot walked away from his riches in Sodom. Job lost everything, got it back. It's been men in the scriptures that were rich.
Moses chose going to the desert and left the riches of Egypt.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was shining.
Yeah.
I imagine just the bracelets he wore, he could probably buy matches today with.
Yeah. You can
imagine
do
the shit he had.
You can do curls with that
you know,
shit,
the chains, the bracelets, the rings. Those alone. You imagine what Egyptian gold would be worth today?
Right. He would have been a trillionaire.
And he walked away from all of that.
Right.
But the point being is that the real men of the Lord, they're not in love with this world. They'll walk away from it. We're not to be kept by the things here, because we know the Lord is going to get us back to
look,
us.
brother, we got 7 former NFL players within Team Nation.
Read.
Right? Say them names, brother. But we got 7 former NFL members in GMS. All right? And it all started with one. And I remember telling him, don't say nothing. Keep that to yourself, man. You'll be a secret disciple. But the spirit, he started breaking down shit, and it was wars in the damn locker room. All right? He in the locker room, you wicked niggas, he prophesied to the football players. All right? The Edomites in there all right? And so much, but they went and got vocabulary, and it spread. Right now, eventually, you know, a lot of them start listening and learning and watching. They start watching them bootleg camps and shit, you know, and all the other shit, you know, because people always try to get extra deep, you know.
I remember that brother came to Kansas City a while back when he was breaking bread. He was like, I can't really tell nobody what I'm doing here. It was like, who the hell is this dude with you? I'm like, man, I'm just a fan, you know. But, brother, you know, we got famous people in Great Millstone, man.
And, right, and you got a lot of brothers that man, they just riding around a regular vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
They gonna throw you in the back of that bitch? That's probably very uncomfortable back there. Yeah, but just looking at the vehicles, you would never expect to see an MP. You expected him to get out with some work boots on and some shit. Yeah, I got something. Bring it out, brother.
This is 1 Timothy 6 and 17. I mean, you know, it says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. So the fact that these people who are holding on to this riches that's going to be cakered is destructive. We working for an incorruptible crowd. We got eternal life and immortality ahead of us. But y'all keep holding on this world like it's going to benefit you. It's not.
Matter of fact, that you said that, go to Ezekiel the 39th chapter. What we got coming to us, man.
Yes.
And it's funny, and you know, it's no accident that Ezekiel 37, 38, 39 go right together. All right? But, hold on. I'm finish out. Grab that. This is our 1 Timothy 6 and 19. It says, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold of eternal life. And that's the breakdown. This place is through. It's going to end horribly for those who are not watching. Scripture says he's coming as a thief at night, but for those who are not watching, for the watchmen, we stand in guard. Y'all thinking this place is going to continue, not understanding that one day is 1,000 years to the Lord, and this time is up. And at the end of the day, you're seeking riches that's going to be useless. All that's going to be burnt up by thermonuclear fire. Your job is to repent and come on board before the destruction comes. Right. But because of y'all greed, y'all ignorance, and y'all vain thoughts, y'all still thinking out on that partying and bullshit. And that's what's going to get y'all ass smoked. Look what it got did.
Yeah.
Did it. Right.
Take that.
And they get locked up now. Right? And they making him right. And they making him the fall guy.
Yeah.
Because there's people over him that did way more wickedness for way longer.
Yeah,
But they making him the face of the shit.
I heard the elite sent the FBI boys on here because
I'm
they
sure.
with the footage. They had all their ass on there.
Probably.
They went in there to recover it. That way they could swipe the footage because they get exposed.
Yeah. Well, that's what the gown redacted. No, Elon Musk said it, and the gown redacted said it. Said that if Trump gets in, that the Epstein list is going to get put out there, and they're terrified of that. So they're making Diddy the face of that, right? Like the black guy. All right.
Wait a minute, man. What about Harvey Weinstein? What about all these moguls in Hollywood? What about the tunnels and the mattresses?
Right.
Dan Snyder.
What about them?
Nickelodeon? The nigga that was the head of Nickelodeon.
What about them other rats in the tunnel, them sewer rats, with the kids?
Oh, yeah.
Right? What happened to that shit in New York?
And what happened to all them tons of cocaine, man?
But that goes back into that scripture in Genesis. Esau being a fugitive, he has that hedge of protection on him right now.
Now, actually, I have to. Their hedge of protection is being removed. Esau being exposed, and they dying. They dying violently. They going to jail for shit they normally didn't go to jail for. They getting caught up. Yep, him and Keisha. He getting caught up on child support. He getting caught up on shit that normally he got a slap on the hand for, man. All right, so that protection.
It's leaving. Yeah.
We're literally watching the fall of our enemy, man. This happened. Yeah, he being stripped of his armor. Right. I was sitting shit starting to hurt him.
Right. Posters on his ass.
You know?
Now, yeah.
Right. Go ahead and read that, brother. Start at 13. Just to shit on Esau.
Ezekiel 39, verse 13. Yeah, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall suffer out men of continual employment.
Right, because all them dead bodies, the elite of Edom that's gonna be their first job. Their first when they go from riches to rags and into that to the worst chattel slavery that mankind has ever seen or thought of.
7 years.
Continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth.
Right, so because all them armies that go over there to fight in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, over there in Western Asia, ain't none of them coming home. Right? Hey, if we all remember the scene in that scene in that movie, the bar scene, that biker gang, the Edomites got their ass whooped.
Now you
Right?
can't.
The nigga locked the door and said, right. Now you just can't.
Now you just can't.
Go ahead.
That remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. And the passengers that pass through the land, when any seeth the man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it, till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hamongah.
Yep, so Esau, that's gonna, the wealthiest Edomites you know. You know, we talking about the wicked ass Rockefellers and Rothschilds.
They haven't worked in over
They
5 years.
yeah, haven't worked in over 500 years. With families of black nobility, all right, which is nothing noble about them. They're gonna actually get blisters on their hands, doing back-breaking ass labor non-stop.
And it makes sense that they would be the ones to do it because to be around dead bodies is unclean. That's in the law. And we're not going to be unclean when we come to that new covenant. So that proves right there that we're going to have other people building up the kingdom.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do all them dirty jobs.
All the dirty jobs.
All right, all of that. Old school Bel Air. That's about a 61, 62. Now he got to go. He's still in that. So skip down to 25 to the end.
Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 25. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel.
Right, so the whole house. So when the Lord bring mercy and bring again the captivity, we're not going to have to fight after we go back home. They're trying to justify the Bible and fucking it all up. Because there's no prophecy that said Israel will go home and then have to fight and depend on the other nations that we're supposed to be ruling over. We just finished fighting to help us fight. It don't make it make sense. You can't, man. Look, B.B. Milikowski, man, is just making himself, also known as Netanyahu, is just making himself look stupider and stupider. All right, go ahead.
And have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After that, they have borne their shame and all their trespass whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I have brought them again from the people and gathered them out,
and none have made them afraid, and they shall dwell safely. Read.
When I have brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' lands, and am sanctified in them in the sight of the many nations, then shall they know that I am the Lord, their power, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen. But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I will pour out my spirit upon the house of Israel.
So the spirit is on the house of Israel. Heathens are not going to come into their land and you know and destroy them and be sending bombs on them. You know, there's no mention of the Iron Dome. There's no mention of David slain. The Samson doctrine. None of that's in the scriptures. That's that because when the Israelites go home, all the weapons are going to be destroyed. All the weapons are right. All the plowshares are going to be beat into working. You're gonna need hoes. You're gonna need rakes. You're gonna need shovels. You're gonna need picks to break the soil up with. What's some things that you the things with the claws on turn it? Yeah. All right. Because I'm gonna rarely let you use animals to plow. You're gonna be the fucking plow. Yeah. It's gonna be Edomites with the ropes tied to them.
Yes.
Pulling that down right. And the way that I done seen you fucking, the way you do these horses on this concrete, I'm gonna have the horse sitting in the buggy and your ass pulling him. Alright?
The scriptures say that, man, they should beat their swords into plowshares. Because it's going to be working. And going back to the old struggle one is going to be. You were the true people in the Bible. Why aren't you using the most how to
where in the Bible, all the rabbis have identified, this is how you know they full of shit. All the rabbis have identified America as Rome. They call Rome, America is the extension of Rome, therefore they are Esau. All right? Then that means they're also Babylon the Great. When did it say that we would run to Rome for help? That Rome would be a welfare state to Rome. And we couldn't exist without fucking Rome. Let's see, they full of shit, man.
He said it. He said all civilized nations. Like us, you make the world a better place. When he speaks of civilized nations, he's talking about Western democracy.
And then, why are you despised? So you fulfill the book of Obadiah because the whole world hates you.
Yep.
But the scriptures say in Psalms, Jerusalem is going to be a praise in the earth, man. All right? The place and the people, man. So it's all covered up. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, he done.
What's up,
Them
brother?
brothers was holding. Okay, come.
I had the Obadiah.
What? Yeah, bring it up.
No, we gonna read that last. We gonna go on that Obadiah when we get ready to shut down. Go ahead.
This is going in what the elder was talking about. It's Isaiah 2:1. It says, the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in that last days that the mountains of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. He says, and many people shall go and say, come and let us go up to the mountains of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in the paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords and the plowshares, and their spears and the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. No, here, and that's what the elder was going into. These are not the people of the Lord, because there will be peace, safety, righteousness. Y'all dwelling in wickedness, fighting on every side, because you're not the people.
Right. And you can't even defend yourself. You need other nations to do it.
You have laws walking around. The law will be going forth.
Right, so they haven't enforced the law at all, enforced none of the scriptures.
Right.
But now all of a sudden they're trying to use the Bible to justify they're stealing and taking up the land.
Right.
You're just trying to use the Bible to further colonize.
Right.
I have one real quick. This is Jeremiah. No, this is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 20. It says, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. So again, the whole world hates you fucking small hats.
That's right.
All right, even your fellow Edomite tribesmen hate you, man. The scripture said, man, the whole earth is going to praise the children of Israel,
Yeah,
man.
you best believe that you got right-wing nationalists all over the world, here in America, and in different or different over there in Western Asia and Eurasia, all right? And the same skinhead, black boot wearing, swastika wearing, rebel flag flying, Confederate marsh pit to punk music, they all have a collective mind to hate you, all right? So that proves that you're not the people of the Lord. That's right.
Yeah, because
And you're the same damn people that's showing you a house divided.
Yep, that's right.
Because the KKK, they hate small hats, man.
Yeah.
They set up by the small hats.
And all the different groups that fall under the KKK.
Right, Aryan nations, all that.
The Aryans, the skinheads, all them groups. Go ahead, brother.
Backing up what the elder brother Capo just brought out, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Perfect.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right, and then they steal everything, right? Because the skinheads, that was actually some nigga shit when it started, right? In case you didn't know, niggas with bald heads and shit, right?
That sound about right.
And it was them first in the Greek, right? And the Aryans is also,
Those are Elon. They got that from Elon.
right? That wore dreadlocks and shit. So Esau is unoriginal, man. And then when they would wear them hoods, that was something they got from Jake too, during the medieval times. All right? Jake would ride down on their enemies wearing them hoods and shit, man. All right? So there's nothing, just like country music, that's not yours. Rock and roll, that's not yours. Heavy metal was born out of rock and roll, and then the heavy metal guitar sound came from Jimi Hendrix. Everything that they have, right, came from Jake, man. Talking about talking shit about Beyonce when she did the country album. Okay, you need to learn your history. Country music was started by, just like the first cowboys was niggas.
Yeah.
That's what they call
They were the cowboys, right?
That's what they call
Edomite was a cow hand.
Right.
All right? He was a cow hand. The cowboys was Jake, and Jake make everything cool. These niggas riding around with the spurs on and the vest and the boots, all dusty and shit, wrestling the cow to the bull to the ground and shit, jumping back up on a horse.
That shit wrong.
Yeah, Esau, right? That's just Esau. He did hockey.
Yeah. That's
All right.
like niggas in Nova Scotia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Y'all ever saw that movie called the Forever Purge? I remember at the beginning because it was really a movie about the Northern Kingdom and what they would consider Israelite foreigners. But the Issacharite Jake was sizing up the so-called Edomite dude on how to be a cowboy, and he didn't like that shit. Would show you that the first concept of the cowboys was so-called Negroes and Hispanics, man. Even Native Americans, because it makes sense that they knew how to run off the land.
Then, in that movie also, in the Forever Purge, it showed you the Northern and Southern Kingdom come together against Esau. Because Esau wanted to kill everything that wasn't white. It wasn't about, and then they were trying to leave. They didn't want to let them leave. They were trying to kill them. They said you want them out of here, but then they were trying to kill them, not let them get to them.
Right.
If Jake left this society, man, this place will go down overnight.
It will fall because you don't have your robots and shit to play shit like that, right?
Oh, they coming.
All the things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because you want to, because you scamming people by sending them off to college and trade schools and and making all this money off of them that way, robbing them, right? Okay, then they feel like they too good to go work them jobs, and them jobs get given to, low-level niggas and low-level spickers. They the ones in your kitchens and in your fast food joints.
Yeah.
Right? Because why? Half the women ain't in the home cooking. They out running around going back and forth to work, committing adultery with every dick, with they work husbands, they work boyfriends, right? So they going to pick up food. So you got niggas and speakers in the kitchen to get the food for them.
Foreign restaurants, I mean, Issacharite back then.
It's always
Issacharite, yeah.
Always.
Turkey, everything.
Yep.
Every fucking upscale
Master
restaurant.
the cooking of the other heathen. Cooking better than them.
But you go in Jake neighborhood, you go to Harold's, it's a goddamn Elamite. Like, what the fuck is, who gave you niggas the recipe, man? This is JJ Fish, not Ahmed's fish, man.
Yeah.
Them niggas got it.
They didn't bought into it, and that dude Harold was a friend of my stepfather. They used to go fishing and go hunting together, man.
Yeah, son, Kenny.
I never met him myself. He was a friend. He was a close friend of my stepfather. Oh, Kenny's was there too. Oh, okay. I remember Kenny's.
I got a precept. If anybody got this is Psalms 49 and 11. It reads, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations, and you should call their lands by their names, man. And that showed you that Esau is unoriginal because, like, one thing, Kansas, right? Esau that took over Kansas, but that's a Native American tribe. Same thing with the small hats, same thing with Jake. They didn't cover everything that we didn't invent. The stoplight, the cotton gin, the motor, everything Esau has covered it. Because he's not original like the elder was alluding to.
No, man, he created patent. Jake invent the invention. Esau invents the patent, the paperwork.
That's it. He invented the paperwork to take over your shit. Right? He invented the patent office. And then he put his name on every damn thing.
Like I said, Jake invented the stoplight. Esau created the ticket for running that motherfucker.
Right.
Like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, they know sweaters back in slavery.
Yeah.
But now an Edomite, which you may have been a Jake, but they were capitalized from that shit.
Yeah.
Now Louis Vuitton goes $700.
Yeah.
You got Jake knitting that shit out of oppression.
The damn Gucci belt with the double jeans.
Yeah.
That was real big in the 80s, in the late 80s. You walk around with the belt on, they have the double T's on. If you ain't have a Gucci belt, you weren't shit. It was hot back then, right? Except niggas weren't waiting, they were showing their ass.
Right. And Dapper Dan really turned up. He turned them motherfuckers up. When Dapper Dan started making the track suits and those leather suits and shit, customizing it. And Gucci had to hire that nigga. It was like Gucci at the time, yeah, Dapper Dan. Yeah. They ended up hiring that nigga.
First they stole his design.
Exactly.
Then they hired him.
Then they hired him.
Because niggas stopped fucking with him once they stole this shit.
Here's the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Yeah. Everything is stolen. We just had a damn parade of cheeks walk by.
Yeah. We stay focused, brothers.
Damn parade of cheeks.
Politics
Get
over
that on
food.
film?
Damn, everybody's cheeks are brown. But see, that's, but you like you said, they're not going to have the freedom to walk around like that soon. All right? They're not going to have, even that's too much. All right? That's going to get us snatched, and the pants ripped right off of her, and you going to just hit her talking about, no, wait, you're just going to hit that smacking sound.
And they know that shit is wicked. They know. These women know they're supposed to be under men. They just know they have the protection of the system.
They have it, and which they really don't, because unless the shit is happening right then and there, they're not responding to shit like that.
Exactly.
You know, they real low on manpower right now.
Oh, heavy on the man power.
Right, and then you got all these female cops. So what's she gonna do?
Back up.
And there's a bunch of fine ass female cops in this area right here. What they gonna do? Come run to them, and they gonna end up getting clapped right next to them. Shit. Right. I was here to help you. What? Help me take it?
Give me a break.
Get some of these niggas off me.
Like that nigga Speed, he a little streamer or whatever, bro. And he was talking to some like Hispanic, Latino chick or whatever. And he say if we was the last people on earth, would you let me hit? And she was like, no. This nigga looked up dead in the eye and say, who gonna stop you? Nigga said, who gonna stop you?
Right, exactly. Not you. No, you gonna be wait, clap. It's gonna happen, man.
It's gonna be a pleasure to see you.
So all that running around like that, they got the nerve to just hang out right here. Remember the camera.
Camera on these slut.
Right?
But I don't know why they got their heads covered. Like, I'm trying to figure out. That just threw me off. Like, if you're gonna be a slut, be a full-fledged slut.
It's not a modesty thing. It's a fad thing.
The fabric that's supposed to cover their ass is covering their head.
You're right. It's just kind of backwards that their heads are covered, but their cheeks are. Right, and it's a little chilly out.
Cold out
It's
there.
cold, man.
Hey, but Cardi B told us a hoe never gets cold.
Hoes don't get cold.
Cardi B said it out loud on Twitter. Hoes don't get cold.
Hoes do not get cold.
And all that stuff they're doing, they're going home lonely. See, all that shit is for attention, man, because they know they got an inbox for the Sims. But all them going home lonely.
Yeah, but somebody gonna smash. And then somebody else gonna smash.
That's about it.
Right, and then somebody else gonna smash. And that's how it goes.
Fuck them up even more.
And right, and then they just want mental because more DNAs. Now they can't pair bond. Right? They can't even change the whole vibration. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, I got something right. This is Sirach 25:7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. And that's what we're prophesizing about. Even though these people are thinking it's still going to go on, America is through. Esau is on his way down. This place is finished.
Yeah.
They can prop it up all they want to. They can do everything in their power to lie, swindle, cheat, to hold up this place, but it's all for naught. The scriptures say when he about to fill his belly, he gonna be in straits.
Right.
It's a wrap.
And then another thing that's a telltale sign of a kingdom that's about to fall is that right there.
Yes.
Right? When you see promiscuous women, right? Over sexualized society, because I'm not gonna sit up here in front, man. I like it, you know. So I love women, right? I love to see some hips, some butts, some tits, some lips. I'm a lip man myself, right? But you know, you really get tired of it. So I'm just trying to be on the internet, and the shit just pop up. All right, I mean, it's just there. You're not even trying to see it, man. You're just looking for something, and Satan be doing it, man, because you be trying to do something. You trying to look for scripture, and you click on something, and all of a sudden it's just ass and titties. The next thing you know, you on ass and titties for the next 10 minutes. Holy shit! You try to you got to snap out of it and come back. All right, it's and so actually, I really do get tired of seeing it.
Right.
It's like, damn, you fine, you got a big ass, but what else you got?
Nothing.
You know, you clap. Every video is you.
Right. She ain't got nothing but she got bills,
And that's it.
STDs,
It's like, so
and
what
another
else?
nigga key. That's all they got, man.
So it's like, okay, you can clap your cheeks.
That's it.
What else you got?
That's it.
Right? Now you got them, now they clap in the front. Clap. She's like, okay, I got this for you now. I'm like, damn, I had to ask. Right? But, okay, what else you got?
They can't shut up either. That's a skill that they never learned. That's why you see a lot of videos where it's like the woman is like, show me something that a man can do that a woman can't, and the dude just sat there and shut the fuck up.
He just in his car.
He just got quiet.
Just chilling, because they can't do it. They always want to talk. They always feel like they know more than you.
Right.
They fucking PhD and all of this shit, but you just dumb as fuck with a PhD.
Yeah, devoid of understanding. PhD is stupidity and rebellion and wickedness.
Yeah.
And rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
That's
And
right.
the sin of witchcraft is a sin unto death.
That's right.
God forbid,
Bring out what you got.
But the elder Malcolm had talked about is like how to destroy a nation, right? And the guy Saladin, he said if you want to destroy any nation without war, make adultery or nudity common in the young generation.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Shit.
And Ishmael had that right, man. Okay? And that's all you see here today. Because like the elder said, hey, we get vexed, but also some of us got kids, man. My daughter is looking at these sluts.
I got a daughter.
And she's gonna think this is how a woman is
I
supposed
got
to be.
granddaughters, and my daughter and my
That's
granddaughters
fine.
are beautiful. The last thing I want is them all on the internet out there like that.
Right. That's about it. They found hands up in the air and then dropped the weapon.
Right.
And the mom hit the ground, she dropped it low.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is because they completely weaponized. Each and every single thing about that has been weaponized against them nowadays.
I got something right there. This is Isaiah 19 and 14. It says, Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err in every work. Therefore, as drunken men staggered in his vomit. So that's why you see this folly going on out here in America. They have no guidance, no direction. They follow the vibration of Esau Edom. The alphabet lifestyle, do as you will, free to continue adultery, all the wickedness that you're allowed to do. The Lord got a perverse spirit on this place. So this is why you see all the folly, the vexation, and the wickedness running rampant. It's only going to accelerate. The Lord is going to pick up the pace so he can bring this wicked kingdom down.
Yeah. It's perfected pre-flood behavior. All right? It's pre-flood behavior perfected. Every single kingdom or society, Bible shop. Every single kingdom or society that push forth that type of shit,
He not even
they all
north of
fail.
Belmont. That's you usually see that shit north of Belmont. I just was talking about it earlier. Who was it? I was just talking about how every day I keep seeing men with titties.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. And at least he ain't get, because it happened to me on the bus the other day, man. It was a dude sitting on the bus with a big ass thick beard, all lined up, Northern Kingdom, right? You know, I look over, he got a little ponytail on, but he got his big beard. So I'm like, okay, nigga stood up, titties. It just fucked me up, man, because he looked like a regular dude. until he stood up. I was like, and you know, and I'm sitting in the side seat because that's the seat I like. It faces the back door.
Yeah.
So when he stands up, they right in my face. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
right. So it's a vexation, man. It's a vexation. How you gonna have a beard and titties?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy, man.
Yes.
Only in Babylon, and I've been and it's mostly white guys.
Bro, it's all Esau.
I've seen two
All
Northern Kingdom,
Esau.
but it's mostly all Esau, man. And that what was that about a month ago? I was up there with the Everson camp, and I think I saw like 11 or 12 of them in one day, and they all were huge.
Yeah,
A bunch of them walked by. I mean, we're talking about dudes 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". They should be football players. Beards and titties.
That one dude.
Like,
Ma'am. It's ma'am. It's ma'am.
right.
Outside, I'll show you a sir.
It's just some shit that don't go together.
Yeah, man. Boys. Yeah,
You know?
Soy boys.
It's like, you know, like Kool-Aid and whiskey. It's just some shit that don't go together. It's like, what the fuck?
That's why America has to burn. It has to burn. This place needs nothing less than fire, man.
Come on, man.
You gotta burn.
Athletic bagel chasers, man. This shit gotta get smoked, bro.
What compels a man to want to be a man?
A demon.
That perverse
Just the
spirit.
fact you a man, you are an invented just by being a fucking man. I don't care what nation you are. Just the fact you a man, you are an invented.
Come.
You want to shut your ride on.
Somebody get that in Romans.
In this society, you had advantage of being an LGBT motherfucker. You get all type of
All your cashiers are queers, bro. Every cashier everywhere is a sodomite.
work with a fucking training. That nigga don't do shit every day. And they say nothing.
Bet you they be the first to get the promotion at the job too.
Yeah.
If not the damn black.
Oh, but hey.
Yeah, they love the alphabet style. You got that alphabet badge. You got a shield, man.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, you brothers use the world. Hey, put that shit on your resume, man. I bet you'll get the job, nigga. Put it on your resume.
Yeah, I never thought about it. Yeah,
Put that shit on your resume, man. Hey, look. Hey, if you can get away with it on the phone interview, put a little sass in that shit, man. They gonna give you.
Hey, one that was my man back in the day. Freeze
I don't know how convinced you could be.
Yeah, that's how he got me a partner. He got to live with them two badass bitches. Yeah, but he was always with women though. But he was trying to bang the whole time. But we know in reality he would have been hit. But the point is though, he got advantages for pretending, you know.
That's it. I know, man.
So now they were giving us a message right there.
Yeah. Use that shit, man. Use the world, don't abuse the world, man. That's it, man.
That's a heavy spirit to be able to do that. That's what you call catch.
Straight up, man.
You gotta really be sure of the spirit to do something like that and not get lost by it.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
almost like going undercover. A lot of times when guys go undercover like that, they forget who they are.
You ain't no cop, J. Reed.
You go ahead and get that Toby to the read. You got Romans? Yeah, go ahead and get that Romans.
Romans 1:24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up.
Hold on, brother.
Start at 22.
This is Romans 1:22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Right. Hey, you thought you were wise going against the ordinances of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? You a goddamn fool, man.
You created confusion, but you can't pull back now. Because this confusion has gotten out of control. Right? 'Cause normally when they would get the titties, they would cut their facial hair off. Right. So now they're just walking around, fuck it, we just gonna be dudes with titties.
Lady dudes, man.
Right? So in the wintertime with a coat on, you know, you like, excuse me, sir.
It's male.
Right? Then they open their coat.
And try to put hands on your ass, man. Motherfuckers be throwing hands.
Yeah, they're still males, man.
That's that same spirit in Sodom, man. Them niggas had hands. Bro. You
Punch
see,
your
they told
fake
me
ass
that.
titties.
Right, wasn't it a carnival attraction? The bearded lady? Wasn't that a carnival?
Yeah, it was.
It went from a carnival attraction to an everyday thing.
Yeah, it's normal now. It's from a freak show to normalcy now.
Yeah, because I just thought that was an ugly broad until it got right about here. When I realized it was a dude.
You got a lot of bearded broads out here that cut their titties off too. Like you said, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, you can still
Damn,
tell
we
it's a woman.
forgot about that. We got to reverse it.
Reverse it, yeah.
Got bitches that, they try to wet a thing to smash their titties down.
Yeah.
Balance their weight.
Yeah.
Reverse.
I done seen some very attractive women try to butch themselves up. right? They try to wear the baggy clothes and try to look like, you know. I've seen it. Well, I've seen it like two really cute women, very attractive, but one trying so hard to be like a dude. And I'm looking at them like, man, both y'all just get stupid up. Ain't nothing neither one of y'all can do about it.
Y'all saw that in The Wire. Y'all ever saw that show The Wire? That chick that played Snoop. Yeah, they showed in the dress, man, palmed up. You couldn't even tell up.
Right.
Bad. I'm like,
What you say, Elder Stud stand for what? Steel titties under that.
That's right. Still titties under that shirt.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Still twat under them shorts. It's like
Verse 24, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to unclean through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
So, hey, look, but you know what? If you got that spirit on you, that's just evidence that the Lord don't love everybody. Right. The Lord gave you up to that, man. And that's a sin unto death, man. Right. I mean, the Lord is basically let that demon get on you, so he be righteous when he puts you to death. And that's the scary thing, man. There's no cause to that.
Verse 25, change the truth of the Most High to a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator.
Right, trying to argue that men can have babies now. No, a woman is identifying as a man is having a baby, dumbass. It's not a man. Just because she's calling herself he. All right? Like I saw some video, I sent it out a couple brothers. And the dude and the girl was sitting at the table and the guy's walking by with his dog and she's sitting at the outside cafe. And she's like, oh, he's so cute. And the man is like, oh, don't offend him. He said his pronouns are they. Some shit like that. He said, you know, and then he said, you know, dogs get really emotional when you misgender them. and the girl's like, okay, I'm sorry. Stupid. But I thought it was a joke. But it was serious. I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay, this was a joke, right? This motherfucker was serious as hell. I started reading the comments and I was like,
yeah. And that's fucked up. Like in the field I work in, you know, they do all that pronoun shit. It was like instead of addressing them being she, say they. I'm like, why should I say they? They say because it makes more sense.
Hey, they.
She is. I said, wait a minute. I'm not confused about if that's a man or not.
right.
I can tell that's a guy. How the fuck is that?
Right.
But say
no,
they.
they is confused.
Yeah, that's confusing.
I'm talking to one dude talking about, yo, they.
Right. Hey, they. Where so-and-so go? They went to lunch.
They, how many of them?
Right.
Just they.
That's
That's like some moves on first shit.
right.
Hey, Elder,
You know?
That's the demons on you, motherfucker.
that's why that nigga Trey Rags did that skit like he was working in a restaurant and the bitch say, oh, my pronouns are they, them. He say, well, if that's the case, if you got a burger for they, them, that means you finna pay 2 burgers, bitch.
We'll fix that real quick. You're going to figure out that, okay, it's just me. Right.
Verse 26, for this cause the Most High gave them up to foul affections, for even that women did change their natural use into that which is against nature.
Right. Rug muncher. Yeah, that carpet muncher that live next door to y'all. Little Ephraimite chick. All right? So it's just, they everywhere, man.
That's what they talk.
Scissor chick. Now I know what scissors mean. I didn't know what it meant. Now I know.
That was it on that, brother. You have anybody, brother? Go ahead. I got one.
This is Tobit 4:13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart the brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them. For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Yeah. So lewdness is a mother of famine, man. Great famine is coming. That's right. And there's a lot of lewdness here in this place. We've been talking about it for the last half an hour. Right, to the point, and you know, sometimes we gotta laugh to keep it crying. So it's just more than half naked bras over there. They're the short skirt bras. I don't know what's going on. Must be something going on, some concert or something. But we've been talking about it, but don't think that it isn't vexing to us. You know, sometimes we gotta laugh and make we sometimes we gotta laugh to keep from crying. But you don't understand, brothers is really hurting, man. We mad that we really are worn out. He said that they will wear out the saints of the Most High. They worn us the fuck out, man. All right, we tired of working for pennies. You know, we tired of not getting our fair share, being mistreated, being governed over by complete unfair rules, laws, and regulations that don't favor us or our people in any way whatsoever. All right?
I got some what the elder was saying that, you know, sometimes you gotta laugh to prevent from crying. You know, this Proverbs 14, verse 13, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and at the end of that mirth is heaviness. So like they say in the world, the things that make you laugh make you cry.
God, man. I'm just waiting for some pimp to show up in a big ass hat.
Yeah.
Big ass hat and a damn fur coat talking about where's his bitches.
Right. A lot of baby powder.
A lot of baby powder.
A lot of baby powder.
It's a pimp named Slick Back. Say the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Say it with me.
Go ahead.
This is because in land backing off of that, man, lewdness is the mother of famine. All this vexation and perverseness that's going on is going to bring about great plagues.
And who's behind that? Amalek.
Esau. Yeah. Amalek.
Mainly Amalek.
Yeah. Cheap house.
He's the main one behind that.
Yeah.
Right? Big city. Just walk by.
Yeah, man. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and
know
18.
they got Edomite blood in them because, you know, Moab is not that tall. You know, that, yeah, both them cats are about 6'2", 6'3", man. Ain't too many Moabites walking around. You know, that's they got that kind of height.
I know. Fat ass calves and no hops.
You know what I mean?
Cool. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So like I said, lewdness and famine, it goes hand to hand. Because lewdness, that shit brings about insurrection. It brings about chaos. It brings about sedition, rebellion against the government, man.
Gonna have your purge finally.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Doomsday.
Right.
You ain't seen that movie Doomsday, man. That's a heavy watch.
Heavy, man.
Purges.
Right, and the bitches in it, y'all smoke. But enjoy the movie anyway.
Going into 8, we're going into all the lewdness and things of that nature. Where does it come from? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is, so are his officers.
There you go.
And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Right, and Barack Obama ruled Babylon for 8 years?
Him and Michael.
All right, yeah, Barack and Michael, and look what happened on his watch, right? That's why they love him so much. And Kamala Harris is doing so bad that they didn't draw him out of retirement.
They smacked him on the back of the
All
head.
right, Barack's back in there with his slick talking super and ass.
Trying to rebuke you niggas.
A lot of his policies that he pushed forth, they're playing them out today.
Exactly.
They said that Obama was actually the last president of the United States. All the policies like international commercial law, all this shit is being played out on his watch now.
Yeah, hence the reason why I came to the conclusion, the obvious conclusion of what happened with my case. Well, after a year of deliberating, all of a sudden you got no more. We back and forth in court, and it rights you had, and then all of a sudden I don't have dominion. I don't have jurisdiction. Case closed. Sorry.
Right.
Not you win, you lose.
Right.
Case closed.
Had you been losing,
If she didn't have jurisdiction, it never would have went that far. It would have took a whole year and a month to tell me she didn't have jurisdiction.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And then tell me, but you could bring the case back. because it's not dismissed.
That's how wicked. But
I was like, this is some bullshit.
Righteous decree
But
that-
they're just trying to. But what really happened was, I told people on the 22nd when the future pact went into on the 22nd of this month of October 22nd, 2024. America is no longer America. September 22nd, the future pact went into place, and that was exactly what he was talking about. When that future pact went into place, it superseded the Constitution. My whole case is based upon constitutional law because they're in violation of the Constitution. That's just one of the violations of the many that whole thing does. But that was the biggest one. So my whole defense was banking on constitutional law, which is why she was like, I'll rule on this Friday, and it was a year and a month later. All right? Why she didn't? Because if she ruled, I won. It's simple as that. Because you got a judge in Georgia and a judge in Minnesota. There's already case law. Once you have case law that's in defense, that's exactly what you're doing. That's it. So I got case law. So I'm looking. So what I'm doing, I'm coming against this action, and the judges are clearly, these judges are in agreement with me. You have no defense. She didn't have a defense. But you take away the Constitution. So what that's telling me is that the Superior Court federal judge no longer has jurisdiction because the Constitution is not over the people, and people will get in trouble judiciously. And these days they're gonna find it out the hard way. All right. So what that means, like someone tried to say, well, they never read me my Miranda rights. Because if you don't get your, because most people get arrested, and I've never seen the police arrest anybody and tell them you have rights to remain silent, you have this, you have that, you have, I've never seen. They don't do it, and if they don't do that, they don't have a case. But they never do it, and people still go to jail. Take this hate. Right? Bring you right up down the stairs. You understand? No, Your Honor, but I do have to let the bench know that I was never read my Miranda rights. Right then and there, that case supposed to get thrown out. Keep right, because they didn't follow due process. It's all about due process. In the Bible, the Lord has given us due process. We have to follow. All right? And we can't stray away from it. But these people, they make laws and they don't follow them. And now they're just giving up the sovereignty of America. And when people, this is how I know that the Civil War and the people, because once the population begins to understand what I'm sharing with you now, when that goes mainstream, that might be it. Well, Esau is already to lock and load. Right. They're already ready to lock and load. But this might do it.
That's why I was saying, that's why in that case, like if that case, we would have won that case, like, I mean, it's legit we won, but they would have put that out.
Truth be said, in a roundabout way, I actually won.
You won, yeah.
They just didn't want to accept the law, so they didn't want to play the game. They turned the game off. Right when you beat the big boss and he going down,
Turn the game off.
they turn the game off.
That would have exposed that, so many people. That would have threw a monkey wrench.
It would have opened the floodgates.
They would have lost billions of dollars in that shit
On
because people getting their cases dismissed on that, man. Yeah, people are catching on to it.
Because it's a fraud. People catching on to it. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 94:20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, but you frame a mischief by a law?"
It is. Right? These people frame mischief by law. Get that Sirach 10 and 8, and then we're going to finish with that Obadiah. Y'all read.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right, and this is how they keep their wealth. Right? By riches gotten by deceit, by these unrighteous decrees, by the injuries, because they cause injuries to you both financially and physically in some cases. All right? And it's an emotional fuck up too, man. All right, when you thinking about how you going to work and they taking all your money, or now you got this thing, now your credit all fucked up. You can't get your car, you can't get a house, you can't do this. All right, they just jack you up like that with fraud. Yeah. So they do these things to you and they hurt you, man. The scriptures clearly say that when you take up a man's wages, you murdering him. All right, you murdering him, man, and just so they can live deliciously. Because they know, they're very well aware. But I pray to the Lord, man, to let me go visit all the places with the sword. And even the person that licked the envelope, that sent it, is going to get it. The person that put the stamp on it, everybody involved in the process.
Press send on the email.
Yep. Everybody that's involved in the process is going to get it. Control, alt, all right? Okay, get that Obadiah, brother.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thus will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh.
There it is, man. So once they went into the stars, all right, and they exalt themselves as the eagle, then the Lord's going to bring them down, man. And we're watching the downfall, man. This place is literally collapsing right before your face, man. All right, and more than likely, this election will not happen. They're going to do something, you know, and these people are going to erupt, man. And these good old boys will come out on the street and start spraying. It's getting ready to go down, man. All right, and not to mention that the Lord keep visiting this place with these natural disasters, as they like to call them. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5, if thieves came to thee, and robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they had not have stolen till they had enough?
No, Esau never get enough, man. They always want more, man. They always want more. They like people. They want to spend reds, man. That's right. All right? You got a pocket full of money, but you want to spend reds, man. Yes. All right, go ahead.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Right, and that's through the reading of these scriptures, man. All right? And we're going into the history. We're going into the scriptures and the history behind the scriptures. All right? And that's how Esau has been exposed. It's through this Bible, man. All right? See, Esau was stupid, man. But prophecy had to play out. But if Esau had sense, he would have, what was it, Fahrenheit 451? I still haven't seen that movie.
That book crazy too, though.
He would have had to, he'd have done that to all the Bibles, man. But instead, he tried to take the Bible unto himself and then rewrite out all the blackness of the Lord and the angels and the Israelites. He tried to change it. Then he tried to put in where it said Israelites. He put, all people, all nations, shit like that, man. Or where it's supposed to say Israelite, he puts Jewish. All right? It's the 12 tribes of Israel, not the 12 tribes of Jewish.
It's funny,
okay?
That movie was actually really based off of the Outer Limits episode where they didn't have any books. And they just went by, basically, it's going into the seed on how he's going to implant digital learning on everything that you need to know is going to be on the seed.
Yeah, because like in the movie Equilibrium, they're the same thing. They destroyed all the books and everything because they didn't want people to have it. Then they would have everybody on drugs.
Medicated, yeah.
So they don't want you to have feelings and emotions or to know history. Because history will make you think. Right. Make you like see shit for what it really was. 1984. All right, there you go. That's why so many movies, like that. Go ahead.
Verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right, so basically, all the nations that were once with you are now against your ribs. Right, jump down to 15.
Verse 15, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
So everything you did All right, all the shit you doing in Palestine now, and especially what you did to the apple of his eye, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, read.
Thy reward shall return up upon thine own head. I like it. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continuously. Yea, all they shall drink and they shall swallow down,
Right.
and they shall be as though they had not been.
Read.
Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall be possessed their possessions.
Yeah, so we gon' hey, look, we about to run your shit, man. Now we about to debo you.
Right.
All right?
Break yourself, fool.
Break yourself. Well, they used to say back in the 80s, you know, check that shit in. Like coat check, right?
Coat check, nigga.
Yeah, they saw you with the one Jordans. It was them Converse All Stars back then. Them leather ones, Dr. J's, them leather All Stars. Hey, you gotta check that in. Or them starter coats.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Them leather members only jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta check that in, homie. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them.
So when the Israelites are going to destroy Esau, Edom, right? And now the rabbis have let us know, you know, although we knew before them, but the rabbis have told you that unfortunately Esau is still among us. Then they also go on to tell you that there's white Christianity in America. But go ahead.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken
So
it.
Yahweh has spoken it, man. All right, so you know, because they pushed that lie that Esau was done away with for so long, but yet never produced any receipts. How you gonna exterminate millions of people and there's not one bone, no record of it, who did it, where it happened? Because supposedly, and this is how you can cut the lie and shut it down real quick. Because Esau gets destroyed by both the northern and southern kingdom. So when did the northern kingdom? So you mean to tell me, somewhere in the past, the southern and the northern kingdom came out of Ireland, came together. The northern and the southern kingdom got together, came back together. The Lord destroyed Edom, and then they scattered again, rescattered again, and forgot, you know, and lost their heritage and everything else. Stopped being fingers again. They had to learn the name all over again. That doctrine is broken. It's tacky. Because you're saying that Esau's done away with, Esau gets done away with by the Israelites, all 12 tribes. And which are not all together yet.
Exactly.
Duh.
And it starts with the return of the Messiah, Isaiah 63. He has a personal vendetta with Edom. So what the fuck are you talking about?
No, let them finish this.
Verse 19. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
So basically, Jacob's going to go back home and control all of Israel again. Read.
And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites.
So that's basically the land of Israel. That was Canaan's land, of the son of Ham, an African. Go ahead.
Even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Shepherd, shall possess the cities of the south. And Savior shall come up to Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord Yahweh's.
The saviors, man. That's the new mighty man. The ones who get those special new bodies, man, in 1 Corinthians. Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Abad Babal.
Abad Babal. Ties.
So I can yell that.